Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundWeb Studios. Visit online at soundwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. SoundWeb Studios is the answer. SoundWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@soundwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by our brand new sponsor, Pictureless Photo Books. And while remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss grandma's meatballs? I mean, I love grandma's meatballs. The holidays are coming, and what better time to give a gift for remembrance that makes you laugh, cry at the same time, wherever to gift the grandma's recipes or just because those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at Pictureless Photo Books at 646-798-0809. That's 646-798-0809. Or visit picturelessphotoBooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Pictureless Photo Books. Bring your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and Twitter today. And for some great gift ideas year-round, 24/7, not just Christmas time, but year-round, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. Great gifts for family, and also more great gift ideas. You can go to Amazon.com and check out the Mia Molson-Zia store for great books like Missing, Once, Wrinkles, and t-shirts, hoodies, and also tank tops and more. Make sure you check those out. Also, donate to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Also on Anchor FM/support and PayPal. Make sure you do so today. He's backed by popular demand. He's an actor, model, a voiceover talent, and he served 23 years in the armed forces and deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. And he's a life flight helicopter pilot, retired Army helicopter pilot, and veteran. And he's also appeared, last we talked, in Deliver Us from Evil, the Warriors video game, Law and Order. He's also worked with Eric Bana, Olivia Munn, and more. And he's also done a few more films as well, too, in projects. And he's got some exciting news to tell. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, somewhere in the Buckeye State, he's back, the very multi-talented and very popular Steve Hamm. Steve, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us once again.
Good evening, Mike. Thanks for having me on. Gee, you kind of fluffed me up there a little bit too much, I think.
Well, nowadays, I mean, we talked about this before we went on. So it's like, everybody needs a little boost in the business. Am I right?
Yeah, I guess a little ego boost every once in a while isn't too bad. I try to stay as humble as I can, though, to be honest with you. But no, I appreciate that. Thanks.
Well, it's great. Well, it's great to have you back as well, too. You've been amazing, and you're not just an actor, you're a voiceover talent. You're also a model, a life flight helicopter pilot, and also you served 23 years in the armed forces and deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. Life flight helicopter pilot, which is amazing. You also told us about the story. You're a retired Army helicopter pilot, a veteran, and you also appeared in Deliver Us from Evil, The Warriors, Law and Order. And you also had a few projects that you also got involved in. You got some recent projects that you got in the works. And before getting to all that, quickly tell us how I first got started, Steve.
Well, the acting business, yeah. So basically, about 6 months before I officially retired, I got this idea to try acting out. I'm not sure where it came from, just kind of a wild idea. And to make the long story short, basically, I found a weekend workshop when I was still in Tennessee, down over in Nashville, and it's run by a guy named Alan Dysert. He used to be a full contract player with All My Children back in the day. But I did the weekend workshop with him, and we did basically 2 days worth of cold reads, which, if, for those that don't know that, you're given a script right there in your hand, and you basically act it out without having rehearsed it. So After being on stage for 2 days of doing that with a scene partner, I just found it exhilarating and liberating to be able to do that. And these were, scenes from movies everyone has seen and known. It was just really a cool feeling. And I said, well, this is something I think I want to pursue. So once I officially got out of the service and then moved up to Ohio, got myself settled, and then I decided to pursue a little more. And then there was a open casting call for at a one of the agencies in Cleveland,
Mm.
Pro Model Talent, and so I attended that. And based on like a interview they give you and your personality and a bunch of other things that they look at, they said they'd like to represent me. Uh, take some time to consider it, and I did. And the rest is history. So I signed with them. And one of the things I think is hardest for an actor to do is to get agency representation, especially when you're brand new. So luckily for me, that they do offer in-house training and stuff. So learning the basics, on acting skills, acting in front of the camera, and just everything you need to know just to be, eventually be a professional if you want to stay in the business. So that's how it all started. That was back in 2013, and I've been doing it ever since. And this is one of those jobs where, like we discussed earlier, it's a daily grind.
Mm.
You have to go out and look for the work initially, and
Oh.
whatever you can get. And background extra is usually where you start out at, just so you can learn to be on a set, and the ins and outs of that. And then, being a featured extra and all those kind of things. So you just got to work yourself up, learn the ropes and network. That's another big, huge thing. And luckily, these days, social media is at our fingertips. So, between Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, which are my three main platforms, I use those to to network and to start, building relationships and meet people. So, but yeah, that's how it all started. And I, I I haven't quit, and I've had some decent success, especially up here in Ohio, which is more of a regional area to work in. The big stuff is obviously in LA and New York. So it's you either move there and you have more opportunities there, or you look for opportunities from here, and hopefully based on work availability and flexibility, you try to make that work, which is a little bit harder sometimes. But it depends how much work you put into it, and you get what you put into it. So you just got to keep that positive mindset going every day, no matter what. And it's tough. Some days are just tougher than others to have to deal with that. So, but yeah, that's the background.
Hmm. And also, too, we talked earlier as well, too, that there's people out there are expecting instant success, and for some that's good, but also that you may be successful quickly, but then 10 years from now, people won't remember you. And why is it so important that you start building your way up and people can remember you in 10 years? I mean, I remember. I rather remembered what happened to me 10 years ago than what happened, 10 years then just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, you see it on TV a lot too. We have these young stars that have like these breakout roles, especially when they're kids and stuff like that. And it's just tough. The thing that works for me is that my competition pool is a lot smaller. I mean, I just turned 50, and so I'm only working against people within my age bracket. But the thing is too is to know what your brand is, what roles you can realistically fill, and for me that's either military roles, like cop detective roles, dad, husband, father, stuff like that. So I know what's pretty much primarily in my wheelhouse, although I'm willing to obviously expand from that. But yeah, if you have instant success, I think it can kind of go to your head, and then you almost always expect to get booked for something, or you expect certain levels of something, of some kind of success. But I think after a while, it will start going away unless you keep training and you have a good agent that can work with you and say, hey, look, okay, now that you're grown up, there's different roles you should fill. Or even if you're older and get instant success, it shouldn't just only go to your head. It's a marathon in this business, so you just got to keep pace and just work with it. And as long as you can deal with rejection, that's another huge piece of it too. And just don't take it personally, and just move on, because even these A-list actors, I mean, they don't always book all the roles that they audition for, and there's some that still have to audition for some roles. Others, the roles are written for them, which is great, but sometimes they still have to audition. And I've seen many YouTube videos, like with Leo DiCaprio and a bunch of these other guys, where him and another actor go in for the same role, and they pick Leo over him for some reason. He's like, God, Leo's always getting these roles. What's the deal?
I
And
heard
it's,
those stories. Yes,
yeah,
distressing. Oh my gosh.
yeah. So, it can be very competitive at that level, and it's just, I think you just have to really love the art and passion and craft of acting. If you can stick with that, then everything else should be fine. But if you're more worried about or concerned about or want the fame and celebrity status, then it's not for you. And you can watch any YouTube video with any A-list celebrity, and they'll tell you the same thing. Whether it's Denzel Washington, or Don Cheadle or any of these guys, they'll tell you, yeah, don't worry about the money and the celebrity status and the fame. You got to love the acting part of it. You got to love the craft. And if you do really well at that, then then the rest will hopefully fall into place.
And there's also been some actors and actresses as well too that don't get the big roles, but are very content with just taking on small roles, and they make a career out of it. Tiny roles
Sure.
here, there, and everything. And they've been doing it for 50 years, and they make their millions just like the other stars too.
Yeah, I mean, every film needs to have your lead actor or actress or both, but then you have your supporting roles, and like you said, those are just as important. And as long as you're getting booked for something, you take the role that the best suits you. Many times I put in for something just just kind of a segue into this, where I just booked a role in this movie or feature called the L.A. Crime Story, and the role that I initially applied for, the director and the assistant producer were thinking, well, okay, but what about, would you accept this role instead? And I read it, looked into it. I'm like, sure, why not? And then when I sent my tape in, I worked with the coach, to help me out, which is definitely a good thing to have for an audition, because they can weed out all your little issues that you may be running into. And I'm not sure how many people I went up against, but I sent my stuff in on a Tuesday, and they said they'd let me know on Friday. And sure enough, Friday afternoon, I'm looking through emails, and I see the email saying that, hey, congrats, you just booked this role. And I was like totally shocked, because you just have to, once you put the audition in, forget it and just move on. I mean, obviously make a note about it somewhere that you put it in, but yeah, don't dwell on it, because it'll drive you nuts. I mean, every beginning actor has done that, and they probably will still do that. But yeah, just do it and forget about it and just move on, and then be surprised when you actually do get it. So
And I think that's very important for people to remember as well too. What are some other do's and don'ts that you can offer?
as far as the audition process, it there was a video by Bryan Cranston. He was interviewed, several years ago in this library type setting, and he basically said, like I mentioned, especially if it's in-person audition, that's where you can make the biggest impact. You only get one shot at that, so obviously be prepared, know your lines, make a bold decision on your character that you think they might be looking for, and walk in there, show confidence, feel confidence, because if you don't, they can sense that. But just feel
Yes, I
confident.
read about that.
Yeah, confidence is a big thing. Once you can internally feel that, then it shows. So you just walk in there, introduce yourself, follow whatever guidance or advice, whatever any questions that they, ask any questions if you have, if they allow you to. Do your audition the best you can. And when they say, okay, that's it. Now, unless they give you redirection on something, then, you take a few seconds, think about what they said, do your audition again if they want. And then once everything is said and done, you walk out and you just forget about it. And he said that once he started doing that, he started booking roles like crazy, because he didn't feel upon the weight on his shoulders that I have to book this thing in order to live, or in order to make my rent or do this, whatever else. So, and, for those that, are kind of relying on an acting income, which you shouldn't at first, obviously, but to those that do, that's a huge pressure you put on yourself. And that, I think, really can affect your performance. So you just focus on the character, just do the best you can, walk out and just hope for the best. And even if you don't get that role, you might get a different role, or you might even book anything there, but at least those casting directors will see you and know your work, maybe give you some tips on how you can prove some stuff. And then, they'll just get to know you. And, some of these friends I have on Facebook, they've seen the same casting director 7 or 8 times and haven't booked anything, but they keep you in the back of their mind. If you do really good work, and, and you're a decent person, that all casting directors talk to each other. So if they might know of a project that someone else is casting for, they might think you're good for that, and they recommend you over there. So it's all about networking, and how you present yourself. So it's it's a crazy business, I'll tell you.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. You actually appeared in some films as well too with your persistence. We'll talk about those in just a minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor, the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by our brand new sponsor, Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at a wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss grandma's meatballs? The holidays are coming, and what better time to give a gift for remembrance that makes you laugh and cry at the same time? Whatever gift that grandma's recipes, or just because those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at Picture This Photo Books at 646-798-0809. That's 646-798-0809. Or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books. Bring your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. And don't forget to take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show over 30 podcast platforms. And don't forget to check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise at the MikeWagnerShow.com, and also on Amazon with t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, hoodies, and more, as well as tote bags for the ladies. And don't forget to check out the Mia Molson-Zia store on Amazon with great books and merchandise. And also make sure you donate to the MikeWagnerShow.com, as well as Anchor FM and PayPal. Make sure give generously today. We're here with actor model Steve Hamm, being back on the Mike Wagner Show, and Steve has just had an amazing story to tell, and he's also had grown with a number of roles as well too, being persistent with auditions, and he also appeared in Deliver Us from Evil, The Warriors, Law and Order, and also some recent ones that came up like Taking Over, Mindhunter, and Buzzing in the Garage, and Crisis in the Valley. And tell us about some of the projects you got involved in.
Yeah. So unfortunately, a small correction on some of those. The Law and Order thing, I was never a part of, so I want to just put that out there so I don't get in trouble for being misrepresented there.
Okay,
For that.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. That was mentioned somehow in there, but I crossed it off just for your purpose.
No,
So.
no, it's fine. Yeah. No, the thing is that there were so many Steve Hams listed on IMDb that I had to change it to Stephen P. Ham,
Mhm.
just to get myself a little more isolated from all that, because there are other actors with the same name, which I didn't think there were that many of like that.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so I had to change it. So I'm still working on getting some of that still corrected right now. But yeah, I don't want to misrepresent myself in some of the projects I've been in. But all those other ones you mentioned though were mostly independent projects. The Mindhunter one was interesting, where I saw a casting call for that for background actors, of course, for like FBI agents back in the 70s, because I believe that's when the show was being filmed. So I applied for that, and that was actually being shot in Pennsylvania, which was kind of cool. So,
Mm.
and a little trivia about that with me is that actually when I applied for that, a couple of days later, my agency got a call from a producer or someone from the show saying that they actually wanted me to read for one of the main characters. And unfortunately, the day they wanted me to read, I wasn't available, so I had to miss out on that. But
Ooh.
I did have a chance to be in one of the lead roles in that, which would have been kind of cool. But no, I went there for to be background, and I tell you, to be on a set that is bigger budget, and with all these professional people around, it's really incredible experience. So spent half a day in Pennsylvania filming that, and the scene that I was being filmed in, you can see on season 1, episode 10, near the end of the whole episode. So I'm kind of in the background behind the main actor that's there. So that's my little claim to fame for Mindhunter. So But yeah, the rest of them were fun. Crisis in the Valley was the independent feature where I got my first speaking role in, which was kind of cool because every actor wants to have those lines to read to someone else. That's like the epitome of being an actor, other than the lead role or something like that. So that was all fun. So yeah, there's independents are a lot easier to, I think, get into than obviously the bigger projects. But they're all fun though, So, but I think every actor needs to cut their teeth on independent projects just so they can get experience and have fun.
hmm and of course, you also have some big news as well too. That you just did a recent audiobook narration, which is amazing. Looking forward to it. Also, new radio drama, Dead Exit, and about L.A. Crime Story, and maybe a bit more about L.A. Crime Story, and also talk about your recent audiobook narration and new radio drama, which I think radio drama is pretty much like making a comeback.
Yeah, it does sound like that. I was kind of surprised. Yeah, the audiobook thing, that was kind of another wild thought I had. So I looked into that and did some research and bought some like professional recording equipment and went to actually my first book that I did was with a friend I met on Twitter, Ann Wilmer Lasky. She's an author that lives out in Arizona, if I'm not
Mm.
mistaken. And she has this book called The Seasons of Sam Rock, and she sent me emailed me a copy of it, so I read through it, and I was just hooked on it. I mean, you're talking about a private investigator back in Hollywood 1940s or 50s. I can't remember exactly which, but he gets hired by a young lady to help find her brother. And so while he's looking for the brother, he's in the Hollywood underground trying to scout stuff out, and he just comes across a bunch of different things. But the way it's written, it just makes you feel like you're back in that time period. And I mean, it can be thrilling, And I think the hardest part about doing audiobook narration is that you're trying to tell the story that is thrilling to people, and you're kind of like on the sidelines with it, kind of just being the referee for everything. But it's more than just reading the book. You have to kind of like get in a little character a little bit, and and just entice people. And the reading can be a little difficult, but the editing afterward that was a huge learning curve for me, learning how to use the editing software. But it took me a little longer than I expected, but I did get it done. And now I did sign on with her to do another one of her books called Dead Dead Oak, I believe. No, Black Oak. I'm sorry, it's called Black Oak.
Black Oak, yes.
Yeah, and that's a Western supernatural thriller, actually. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so I'm halfway through that, finishing that, trying to get that recorded and stuff. But once you learn how to do it properly, you want to make sure you put your best foot forward and do it right. So it takes a little bit of time. It's not my full-time gig, so it takes me a longer than probably most people. But yeah, so there's that. I'm looking forward to that. And like I said, the audio drama, Dead Exit, that's something that wasn't looking for. It just kind of fell in my lap, and the director called me about it, and we spoke at length for a little while. And I said, yeah, sure, send me the script. So I read through it and recorded my lines and just sent them to them, and they're going to put it all together. And I think at some point they really want to make it into an actual feature movie as well. So
Oh wow.
we'll see. I mean, we'll see how that works out. I'm not going to hold my breath. Fingers are crossed, obviously, but we'll see. But yeah, it's fun doing the audio stuff. And then
hmm
the LA Crime Story, yeah, that's another one where I was looking online for stuff, and I read the script, the concept behind it. And this is about an LA socialite whose son was killed or died, and this investigation company looks into it to see if it was homicide or suicide. And I won't give any of it away, of course, but
Right.
I forget which role. I think I originally applied for like the lead detective role, and then they said, well, we think you're better suited for the private investigator role. And I was like, okay. So they sent me the script or the sides. I read through it, went with my acting coach, and we went over a few things. And once I felt that what I recorded was fine, I sent it in. And within 4 days, I heard back saying, yeah, we like it. We'd like to offer you the role. And I was like, okay. So we're still waiting on filming that. There's a few things that are kind of a little bit hiccuped on, but it's all right. I mean, it's the nature of the movie business. Nothing's ever usually streamlined too well, especially with the independent stuff. So, but I am grateful to have that as well. So yeah, there's a few things in the pipeline, and but you know, with this business, it's just like I said, it's a daily grind, and you're always grateful for what you can get, and just got to put out quality work, you know. So yeah.
Mhm. And that's very good advice as well too. What's coming up for Steve Hamm for 2021 beyond? We'll find out just a minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Zia of Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Also brought to you by our brand new sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is a key ingredient. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotobooks.com. And we'll be back with actor, model, voiceover talent, the multi-talented Steve Hamm after this time out. We're back with actor, model, voiceover talent, multi-talented Steve Hamm here on the Mike Wagner Show. And Steve, I mean, it's great to have you back. You've had an amazing career so far, and we're looking forward to, seeing you more in the future. And what can you expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Steve?
Well, in addition to the some of the audio projects and the movie feature coming up, there was also another booking for another project called The World Mission. The writer director didn't want any kind of overall publicity put out through my PR firm or PR company just yet. But yeah, I play Johnny McCants, and he's the director of the Central Intelligence Agency. But it's a it's an overseas project, so there's going to be some interesting. It's kind of an action/comedy type deal. So it's still in development, so to speak. There is a script for it, which is a good thing, but she's trying to get the cast together as best she can. But she's really excited about it, which she should be. But we'll see how that goes. But supposedly I'll be in Thailand filming that one sometime next year. But we'll see how COVID plays out with that too. So.
Oh, wow. Thailand.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I love the visit there. Now, is this the first country that you have visited? When it comes to acting, you had to go there for acting, Thailand?
Yeah, this would be the first overseas project I'd ever have to go to. So, I know it's a gorgeous place. I've seen lots of pictures. I've never been there myself personally yet. Southwest Asia, Iran, Iraq and Afghanistan, excuse me, as farthest I've been in that area. So, but it'd be interesting to shoot a film project in that area. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. So, I may not sound like it, but I am. Trust me. I try to. I'm pretty much a low key kind of guy. I mean, it's just the way I am. So,
Mhm. Well,
but yeah, no, it's
I'll tell you
good.
one thing. Your wife and I are you and your wife are pretty much like my wife and you are pretty much the same thing too. So like everything balances out. So
Yeah, I'm more level-headed even, and she likes things done like yesterday. Her patience is almost zero, so it kind of does work out because I'm like, okay, whatever you want, but I can appreciate um, how she wants things, and in a way I'm kind of the same way. If things don't get done quickly, then I start getting a little bit frustrated as well. But yeah, then it's like kind of what can I do to help affect the outcome or situation to make it more efficient and happen faster. So
mhm. And I think that's very good advice as well too. And speaking of advice, what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point in anything, not just acting, but anything?
oh God, gee, that's um just live life, have fun. Don't sweat the small stuff. I guess that's probably the biggest thing I can think of. Life's too short to be miserable and unhappy. If you're unhappy with your current situation, do something to change it. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I wake every morning, and try to, if I'm not already positive, I just get myself to a positive mindset and just go with the day, and I mean, life's going to throw its stuff at you. You just got to kind of take it as it comes and work through it, but I mean, with acting or with anything, just keep a positive mindset, determination, perseverance, do your best, and hopefully the rest just falls into place. So, and just be a nice person, really. I mean, as naive as that may sound, but true. That's something that goes a long way. People will remember that.
Mhm.
So hopefully, whatever interaction I can have with someone, it's a good one, and they can take that away from there. because I definitely want to, want to be someone that people would want to work with, say, oh yeah, there's a professional, he'll do his job, and I'm not going to talk behind someone's back, cut him down, whatever else. It's not a competition as far as I'm concerned. If
Right.
there's other actors on Facebook and they're booking roles, then you congratulate them for them. I mean, because they congratulate you if you book something. So it's only fair.
And of course, I see your posts a lot as well too. And congratulations on all you do. I mean, you just been amazing. I say that, very amazing.
I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, it's everyone has their own achievements that they can claim. So and especially with acting, there is no direct path to success, and everyone's level of success or thought of success is different. I mean, some people think booking multiple projects is successful, which is great. But just to get your foot in the door for an audition, is a huge success. And I think booking the role was probably just the icing on the cake. So.
And I think that's very important as well too. Once again, we're with actor, model, voiceover talent, the multi-talented Steve Hamm here on the Mike Wagner Show. Steve, a very big thank you for your time. It's great to have you on again. Looking forward to having you again soon. You're always amazing. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people check out your works?
Well, the biggest upcoming project right now will be the LA crime story. That's supposed to start filming here pretty soon, hopefully. The website is www.steveham.org. Takes you to all my social media platforms as well, but I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you see me on there, hit me up for a connection. And if you have any questions or advice about something or whatever, I'll be more than happy to help people out in that aspect too, not just with acting, but with anything. I feel that mentorship is a big thing, and we should all have some kind of mentors to look up to in life, and I have my own for sure. So whatever knowledge or wisdom I can impart for someone, to help them out, I'll do my best. So that's it.
And that's very important as well too. Once again, Steve, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic as always. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. And best of luck in all you do. And just stay focused and just keep rising.
I will do that. And congrats on all your success as well, sir.